Pika.
Tip of his head. This is an intense battle. Pika. Didn't play in the duos competition yesterday. And of the two, he's the one who just goes in. He's not the IGL. See how he can handle himself here when just playing solos now. And he's in the zone. He's found himself in the zone.
Yeah, they're going to get ticked for one in the zone, and they're pretty far from it.
He doesn't want to play off that camera angle, but he's going to chuck a brilliant grenade right there. It's going to open up the box.
Now you're inside of the Storm Monster. What do? You're engaging in this fight. You're losing health little by little. What's the play now? Oh no!
Got the med kit, but he couldn't connect.
The play was just to go for it. Pika gets the better, but he's going to continue to tick for health. Does have a launch pad though. Can fly back. He's really far from the safe zone.
I just gotta say, that was Crew's game to win. He managed to turn it around and get that right camera dominant angle back, and he could have had it at that moment, but Pika's prime positioning put him over the ramp. He lost sight of him. He let his guard down. He got punished for it.
And this is from Pika's perspective and how he got the better of Crew with the burst SMG, the weapon that I happen to favor quite a bit. I like it, although I do like to set myself up for failure sometimes, so I'll pick up the burst SMG. It won't really end that well for me, but for these players here, they know how to take advantage of each item in Fortnite. They are so good at really working with what's in front of them. Now the format, as we mentioned before, we're pretty far from it, okay? So when you get to 25th place, that's when the placement points start to tick, but each elimination is gonna give a crucial point. These have been some low point games. If you watched the online qualifiers wondering, man, we're seeing players getting 60, 70, 80 points, even 100 in some instances. Those are the online qualifiers, a different format. These are the best players in the world going against one another. The gameplay is going to slow down just a little bit as they
what's up, man?
For the positioning.
Yeah, this is definitely that time in the game when everyone kind of positions up and the heavy congestion begins, but King doesn't care about that because he's King. He's looking for a fight in arguably the worst zone to fight in, approaching zone 4 and 5 here.
He's a savage. He's a savage. He does not want anyone else to sit up upon that throne. It should only be him, but it's okay. Sometimes you don't have to be that thirsty. You can move away. That player popped that ramp in front of him. He gets out.
And look at this, look at that. That was so brilliant. He changes his angle there. He says, you know, I'm not going to use this side. I'm going to go around and start collapsing in on you, just losing or pushing that player out in uncomfortable ways.
Oh, I like this. He's going down low.
Master at finding angles here. He's just looking for the best way to break apart his opponent right now, and he's really playing mind games. Now, suddenly, this guy doesn't know what side he's safe on. He's losing all forms of real estate right here.
You know, King, he just constantly wants to be in your face. He's done it in each game that has happened, and he always seems to just know where everyone is. Like that is a trait that you know, a lot of the players that are up here, they do have it, but in this South American region like this, where there have been obviously not a lot of players coming out of this for this particular tournament, I think King has put this region on the map without a doubt.
He is truly representing here. This King is tracking is phenomenal. He's still keeping track of Tuesday here. Now deciding he's going to replenish some materials and refortify all of this area. Sanctioning to himself here. This is why he's in the running in the top 10 here. We saw him get taken out earlier before, but this is why he plays the high risk, high reward. If I'm being honest, that's how you take first place. You put it all out there and
go big or go home.
Everything goes in your favor, honestly.
Go big or go home. King, fight over on the mountain there. Tuzi's next to him, as well as Keenstar. And King, he's gone. He's flying over to the next target here.
He just doesn't stop. Into another box fight he goes. And now he's going to reposition here and set up for the prime push.
This is ridiculous.
Look, he's still going.
He does not care, people. King wants to jump into your box. It's his box now! Oh, what a beast! What a beast!
He's not here to play. Laser's gonna go down.
Bow down.
We thought Booga was one of the best box fighters. Hold up, it's time to do some reviews here, because King is putting himself on the map here.
All I want, Bala, if you're listening, I just want you to do a VOD review of King, okay?
Get us a VOD review, please.
Hopefully we can just agree on that. Wild stuff, man. Gets the window, boom, right to the face. Right to the kisser.
He's already looking.
What's wild about that fight, too, is a lot of players would have just stayed stationary in that position. Storm was coming in.
They would have been content with being somewhere safe in the
He had a
next
target,
zone.
and he just went right for it.
Incredible. Here we have Dubs now. Center zone. Still has a baller. Bucky still in the running here. Leshy also getting right next to Dubs. Also has a baller, so they're probably not going to get into too much of a battle, but who knows?
Maybe they'll be
Storm
baller
Surge
buddies.
is still a thing. Maybe they'll be baller buddies.
Maybe. But you're right, though, about the Storm Surge. You really are, because if you're not putting in damage, 0 eliminations for Leshy right now. How many fights has he actually gotten into? Someone's going to be above him. There's Dubs. Minigun. That minigun goes right through your builds. Very powerful against structures.
Dubs, only with 2 eliminations, is actually the match leader, and that's because he's just pinging other players. Yes, just damage leader. And we just talked about Storm Surge. That's why you want to be proactive. You want to shoot at anything that moves. Because realistically, you don't know when you're going to find yourself in that precarious situation where you have to push someone like pretty much with, without wanting to. And
we were talking about this before we jumped on the cast. I think it was Zayt we were discussing. He's really good at not putting himself in a position, but still to get hurt, but still take shots. And Benji Fishy against Storm. First elim for him there.
Saw that. He put the trap above his head through the window edit, opens it up and hits him with the pump.
Now we're on his perspective. But as we were mentioning before, sometimes from a safe position, go for the shots. Go for the shots. Maybe you get a few ticks. Damage perhaps. And King, he's taking fights outside as well.
King is still here to play Golden.
2 eliminations. 53 builds for him. Running with that blue combat shotgun. Great range on that item. It's far away, though, from where the half-in, half-out circle is going to be. We're at Zone 5. This is when things start to get a little crazy. What does King have as an option here? Is he looking for people on the move and then punishing them? Maybe trying to get the community launch pad, perhaps, if someone throws that down. What is he looking for here?
It really wouldn't even surprise me if he's just looking for elimination to recap on materials right now, because he doesn't have enough to full tunnel across here. Knowing his playstyle, he's probably gonna want to push here. And there it is. He actually found a launch pad, so his game awareness was at an all-time high here. And take a look here. Tfue, nice little replay right there. One of his first elims.
First point, as a matter of fact, against Kurtz. Tfue on the board. The King. What are the chances of that one? Yeah, the good old community launch pad right there. Great neighbors.
Paying attention to what's going on here. Can Tfue make a big comeback for himself here?
A little concerned about that player who had edited out. And Tfue did have the mark on him. The guy, though, you hate that one. When you just get focused on so much. You're out and about trying your best to stay up in this game. And then everyone looks at you, and then Tfue again, he's doing damage, but he's not getting the elimination. Other people are siphoning those away from him.
Yes, Prisionero was just snatched from him. That's another point that unfortunately does not go his way here. He does have some shadow bombs though, so he will be able to make it to this next zone. He decides that he's close enough to try and tarp in, but now he becomes the target of the server because he's only building in wood here.
People can take note of the structures being used. That will give you an indication as to where they are currently. players do build around 2-box metal, perhaps. Metal, the strongest structure. In case you're wondering, maybe you're watching for the first time, wondering what's going on here. Your Game 3 winner, Dubs. 2 eliminations, still has that baller, but it is a very weak baller. I mean, look at that thing, it is cracked up.
Not only that, he doesn't have health either. He is very, very weak here. He has tons of materials though. He just has to play for placement to continue to hold this lead that he has right now on the competition. King gets taken out by Mongrone, fortunately, right there, and Bugga is still in the running here as he catches Flexi, and the kill feed is lighting up right now as players are dropping, and we're approaching placement points finally here.
We're getting very close to it, Monster. Once we hit 25th place, everyone's going to start to earn some points. Right at the side of your screen, 3 points for everyone still alive, but Dubs, and we mentioned it, that baller was in dire straits. It was not going to be able to survive another rotation, and neither was he with the HP that he had currently. Then the rotations, everyone's starting to move here. They have some shadow bombs. They're going to use those and get to the other side, get to the safe area, build around and protect themselves, and hope that they can continue to gain more placements as we take a look at the overhead.
That's right. He was holding his breath because he needed to get that top 25. He didn't break it through in time. Everyone left in the game has already gotten placement points here, but you want to play for the next threshold. You want to continue to stay in this game here, as that's exactly what Tifu's doing with the Shadow Bomb, hopping around the builds here, trying to keep a low profile. Bizzle still in the running. One of the innovators when it comes down to tarping and pushing out with effective and clean builds. Just
one of the greats of FORTNITE altogether. On the side, I was looking at this fight between Ruxin and Riversand. Riversand went for high ground numerous times, and Tifu gets eliminated by Mongrel. And then Rux has high ground, as you see on your screen to the left. Then you have Bizzle, still very much in this one. Takamura with 4 eliminations and earning placement points as more players begin to fall. And we're coming down to the final moments, Monster.
That's right, we are. And we're going to jump into Takamura's POV here because he has 4 eliminations, and he doesn't plan on stopping. Neither does Magro, because Magro catches Benji Fishy as well. Taking a look here at Takamura, tarping out. He is going to fall down, and he's going to get shot a few times here. What's he going to do is he's going for the high ground. He sees an opportunity. It's his to take. Now jumping over with Mongrels in the low ground. Drops another player right here. Is he going to be able to connect in full? Can he convert here? He does not.
So many players are landing in front of Mongrel here. Coming down to the wire. Top 9 remaining. 1 in front of Mongrel. Does he get the elim? He manages to just get away by the skin of his teeth. And now Mongrel gets up to the high ground. Maybe using this. If you keep jumping on the wall, you won't go out of the shadow state. He gets up top, but there's no one going to be there. There's a person all the way above him. Knocks the structure down. And the player does manage to catch himself and maintain the high ground positioning here. We have some great players still left in this game, but Mongrel with 4 eliminations is looking for number 5, and that was on Nate. We're now down to the final moments. Top 5 Monster.
He had to fully commit there. Those are the maps that he needed. He's still in the game here. He's gonna go all the way for it, and that's a trade out with the 109 to the face here.
Huge elimination on Takamura. We're into a 1v1v1v1. Top 4 players now. Mongrel in the ultimate low ground, going up against a player. It's gonna be Bugga. The game 1 winner will not be enough against Mongrel, who does get picked quite a bit. He loses a lot of HP. No more builds, but the victory royale goes to the veteran Som, who manages to pick up a massive win.
Using the shockwaves in the final moments to snatch the high ground, Som claims a victory, but it's Mongrel who had a ton of eliminations and really was the ruining factor for so many of our top 10 competitors in that round right there.
Mongrel was running roughshod in the ultimate low ground, but it's Som, the vet. He has performed in so many competitions at a high level, and it's no surprise here. When Som gets that high ground, everyone needs to look out. He's so good at that. Mongrel had no builds left. He had no HP to work with. He did the job he needed to do. Top 2. He got 2nd place and a bunch of eliminations. And Shockwave's late game again, Monster. Such a great piece of equipment that you can use.
Love that right there. Stands up, flexes, hits us with the let's go. He's feeling good. And that's a huge accomplishment to take a victory. And just you only have so many opportunities to win a game here. Just to do that alone, It's magnificent.
Yeah, it really, magnificent is the best word that I could think of at those final moments. Games 3 and 4 certainly did not disappoint. Oh, that was a wild, wild game. Here are the standings, though. Bugha still holding on to first place. Look how far ahead he is. 8 points currently, but Psalm now jumps in to second place. Nate in third. Riversand, who's managed to put together some great games, is in fourth. Rux as well. Epic Whale in sixth. Skite and Dubs get knocked down to 7 and 8. And King, who has been very aggressive, is in 9th. And then Peter Pan from South Korea in 10th place.
Doing so good. The last player we saw in 11th place, Epic Whale, shot
The
himself up
Mongol
to that
is
front page,
20th.
guys. So don't count out Andretta, Benji, Savage, or anyone else here in the top 20 because they have what it takes. Look at how close the point threshold is.
Yeah.
Everyone is in the running for top 10 right here, and that's life-changing prize on the line here. The stakes are so high.
Yeah, the gap is so small, and these players have the capability of being able to get into the top 10. 2 more games remain. Wonder who's going to take it all, but let's go down to the stage. We got Jordan standing by with our Game 4 winner, Psalm.
And a huge Game 4 win for Psalm. Now sitting at second place in the standings, feeling really, really good right now. We're just talking about that high ground take. You said, I didn't think that it was going to work, but real domination right there at the end. What was your thought process going up against such a stacked final 10 people? I mean, some of the players that were there are all capable of clutching this up.
After I got the high ground, I was just focused on playing safe, make sure I don't lose the high ground, make sure, no one impulses up to take my high ground. And then, I let everyone on the ground do their thing, and then I clean up.
And the cleanup was real. Back to you, Golden Boy and Monster D-Face.
Always a pleasure to hear from Psalm, a veteran in competitive Fortnite and doing it once again. No shocker there. You take the risk, you make the bold play, and sometimes it pays off. And in that instance, it definitely did. He's coming out quite pretty from there. I believe was in second place, currently in the standings. That was a nutty game, man.
He's been in top 10 this whole time. Since the competition has begun, he's been chipping away at placement. And that last one was a huge victory for him. And that is exactly what he wanted and needed here to keep him relevant.
Yeah, so many great moments in that game. And while we had the best seat in the house, there were some moments that maybe we didn't catch. And the good news is we got one of the best VOD reviewers in the game. Balla standing by to break it all down.
Thank you so much, GB. Yes, we have 2 games remaining, and it looks like Psalm and Bugha repeating that first game success early on. They're going to move forward at the top of the leaderboard, but for now, we're going to take a look at some of Rux's performances and some of his shots that pushed him up to 5th. So while we roll these clips, Rux, in the end game, first, he set himself up brilliantly in the early game against Arkham. We've talked about Arkham a number of times. This duel has been going on every single game here. Rux takes the better of Arkham and gets the loadout that he needs to push on forward here with the infantry rifle and the combat shotgun and heals to boot. Only 1 mat remaining through this entire time. Doesn't quite get those mats after finding the elimination onto Core Gaming, so he's working through old structures here, other players' structures. And that's when you start going sneaky beaky mode. He stays crouched, make sure that no sound is coming through for that elimination onto Slaya. He had high ground at this position. A nice shot there onto Light. Unbelievable flick shot with the combat shotgun. And then this is when I believe it was somebody else took high ground here. Beautiful retake. It's Stompy. Rux brings himself up into 5th place with that. We'll see if he continues to climb. But for now, we've got 2 more games to go. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you so much for breaking that down, Balla. Rux, who has been time and time again showing up in the top 10. We always see his name, whether it be solos or even in duos, along with his teammate Pika. They always have great events. So no shocker there. But this is, what a wild ride, right? We've been on 10 weeks up until this point. All these players from around the world. I love looking at that top 10 as well, man, because it truly is a great international game that we have here with Fortnite.
Yeah, you saw it unfold. Like, who would have thought King would be the man to show up today and be like, honestly, the energy for the arena here, because he has had some of the wildest moments so far in his journey through this World Cup weekend.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. It's been a wild ride here, but that's going to do it for myself and Master D-Face, the Boricua boys. There we go, brother. Always a pleasure to cast with you. Now we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, Courage and Dr. Lupo take the stage one more time, and then we crown our Fortnite World Champion. We'll see you in just a few.
Yo, what's up, James?
Hello, Fortnite fam. I am PookieFace_. I am joined here at the front of house with David, and we're going to talk a little bit about how all of these systems work, how we are bringing the Pro-Am, Creative Cup, and the World Cup to you guys this weekend. So David, nice to meet you. Thank you for joining me here. What do all of these buttons do behind us? Tell me a little bit about what all of the technical things are here.
So basically this is controlling all of the lighting and all of the video for the entire show. We're pushing out all of the videos that you see on all the screens, any camera shots that go up there. And then we're also making sure that all the lights are at the right levels for player faces and everything else.
So it's your job to just make everyone look great, is technically what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Now, I know that you have some facts about the lights, the LEDs. Give me a little bit of some factoids about how all of this production pulls power and, you know, what goes into all of this.
Absolutely. There's about 1,200 lighting fixtures in the room currently. We have about 18 4K video outputs to go to all the big screens. We're running about 98 million pixels worth of video space, and it's taking about 2,000 amps of power, which is about enough to run about 15 homes.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today, introduce me to all of these working parts. But there are so many more things that go into all of this. So when you guys are out in the stands watching the World Cup this weekend, you have David to thank for everything.
Dub said, look, I've qualified. I'm just going to come back and just flex on literally the entire region.
It's ridiculous. I mean, the fact that you can be so consistently good in one of the major regions. The best of the best aren't concerned with just barely making it. They want to win every fight. They want every point. That's why he's in first. There's a reason he's one of the best solo players on the planet.
안녕하세요. 저는 이제 팩스폭스라고 하고요. 저는 아시아 서버에서 이제 뉴욕 진출했고요. 이제 나이는 17살입니다. 저는 이제 위크 1에서 이제 처음에 솔로 자연승을 해가지고 초반에 이 점수를 거의 다 따가지고 그냥 후반에 맘 놓고 하고.
4 victory royales and he averaged 8 elims. Obviously first place. That's unbelievable.
자, 이제 아시아는 스크림 같은 게 없기 때문에 저는 연습을 제대로 별로 못했기 때문에 아마도 일단 운에 맡겨야 될 것 같습니다.
Hi, New York City.
Oh, okay, Faxlox. I'll take you out for a good pizza. I know a couple good spots.
이제 한국에는 포트나이트 유저가 별로 없는데 진짜 응원하겠습니다.
Hey Fortnite fam, BallTW here to get in the nitty-gritty of competitive Fortnite. Final circles in competitive Fortnite are packed tightly with both action and players, all fighting to get the victory royale. Let's introduce one of the most common techniques used to outlast your opponents in those congested final zones. What is tunneling? Also known as snaking or pathing, this is when you build a protected tunnel while running away from the storm and into the next safe zone. When these safe zones get so small, this becomes very, very important, as there can be opposing players on all sides of you. Here's an example of the most basic tunnel, the straight tunnel. From your base, you simply build straight towards your destination straight ahead of you, with a floor piece below your feet and above your head. This is the most basic and also dangerous version of the tunnel, since you're not covering horizontally. You're exposed from your sides. However, you save materials by doing this. The materials you spend covering your sides quickly add up.
Who's sleep?
And if you need to go diagonally to get where you need to go, you often see players do the diagonal tunnel. At its most basic, it's very similar. You're just changing directions as you go. Once left, once right. This is very useful.
You're tripping.
You'll encounter enemies that you want to get away from on the road to the victory.
I think you're asleep.
The next safe zone is in a diagonal direction. So just change directions and move.
He said, oh. Why do you think I was asleep? That's so funny. Like, out of all the things you would think is I'm asleep.
So fast that you can't even keep up.
You must be sleeping on your channel, huh?
And all the players playing in the Fortnite World Cup Online Open play from their tunnels can be jaw-dropping. So there you have it. Tunneling. One of the most important skills.
But what's goody official? How you doing today, man?
At the high pace of these congested endgames, it gets complicated. That means you need to practice and make sure to hop in creative mode and do just that. You can practice.
That's probably my PC.
On your own island, or use
Well, that's cool, homie. I just thought it was funny.
That creators have made. This was BallTW, and we'll see you in game.
So who do you think's winning the World Cup?
My name is Turner, aka Tifu. I qualified from the North American East region.
This is not. Wait.
Trying to sneak him in. Can you get him to drop it?
What is that angle?
Nah, maybe. I doubt it. He's in 20th place.
I was pretty hyped. I didn't even believe it was real at the time. I don't know. I was just kind of streaming, grinding, doing my own thing, and I tried my hardest and succeeded, I guess.
Landing all the way up top, drops in. Fire, 100. Follow through on the shot.
Literally reading my mind.
I think it's gonna be Palms. It's either gonna be Booger or Palms because they're like the least aggressive players.
He's a special player.
Palm got second place. He's in second place and only got 2 elims through the whole freaking match. That's crazy to me.
So mature.
But that's the best way you play. You try to get kills, you get killed. My name is Dan Dohan.
플레이어 닉네임은 후드제이입니다. 나이는 그리고 14살입니다.
He's disciplined.
Jay drops down.
He's focused.
That was an ambitious play.
He wants to push it.
What a charge through the box in there.
That's what he needs to do to become the best.
Meta Hood. Yeah, he be getting spanked every single time. So why didn't you make it to World Cup?
I'm Juno. I'm the coach for T1's Fortnite division. I first met Jay when he was a free agent. He's the youngest player in our team.
저는 포트나이트 선수로서 일산에 있는 아파트에서 팀원들과 함께 구단에서 생활하고 있습니다. 먹거리가 가장 많고.
I feel like he be beating them kids.
팀원은 가족 같고 가족보다 뭔가 좀 더 끈끈하고 좀 더 위인 그런 팀인 것 같습니다.
It's not like that. Yeah, they gotta play 20 hours a day.
The team really looks at
The other,
the little brother that everybody wants to take care of.
the other hour is fixing that dude food. And then the other 3 they get to sleep.
실에서 포트나이트를 할 수 있다는 거에 대해서
His tempo is quite a bit faster than a lot of the other players.
Jay runs on forward.
아무래도 건설이라든지 편집이라든지 그런 부분이 좀 재미있어서이기도 하고 제 목표를 달성할 수 있기 때문입니다. 저는 포트나이트 게임을 시작할 때 이기자라는 목적으로 많이 시작합니다.
He wants to always be creative, always change up his playstyle and steal the tempo from his opponents.
여보세요, 엄마. 잘 지내시죠? 요즘 어떻게 지내세요? 네, 걱정 안 하셔도 돼요. 제가 끝나면은 자랑스럽게 해드릴게요. 꼭 몸 관리 잘하시고 어디가 끝나면 바로 갈게요, 집으로. 네. 세계 최고 플레이어가 되고 싶은 이유는 아무래도 부모님인 것 같습니다. 가끔씩 부모님이라는 생각이 가끔씩 들어서 그게 동기부여가 되지 않나 싶습니다.
Jay hasn't realized how talented he is just yet.
I am just so impressed with what I'm seeing here from Hood Jay.
He has that potential to become the greatest of all time.
Qualifying for the World Cup was a major step for me to actually help out my family.
I'm so happy we made it. This is literally like a dream.
I was freaking out. It was awesome.
Oh, Southtown messaged me. He said, hey, congrats on qualifying.
Ladies and gentlemen, huge shout out to Mike Realm spinning over there, guys. Give it up for him. And now we are one step closer to crowning our first Fortnite World Champions in solos. History is about to be made here, folks. And now I want to ask everyone here in the arena, are you ready? Let's do it one more time. I'm going to ask you again. Are you ready! Let's send it over to your casters for the last 2 games, Courage and Dr. Lupo.
Over a year ago, the Fortnite World Cup was announced, and here today it culminates in the final 2 games of the solos competition. $30 million in prize money this weekend, and in 2 games, Dr. Lupo, we will crown another Fortnite World Champion.
We've seen a ridiculous number of plays from everybody on the field. Yep. Even moments like King going out, literally the first eliminated 1 game immediately after, just slaying out in the lobby. We love to see gameplay like that. Very aggressive from a number of players that honestly a lot of us didn't even expect to show up on the board. You have to remember though, every single player that has qualified for the solo finals here at the Fortnite World Cup in New York City is at the top of their game. 40 million people played through. This is what's left, the best of the best of the best.
We know the storylines continue throughout this lobby of the 100 best players in the world. We have 2 games left. Our standings, well, they're very close, and Sundown's going to update us on where they lock up.
Thank you so much, Lupo and Courage, with only 2 matches left to decide who is the world champion solo player, who is the best of the best of the best. We're gonna take a look at what the standings currently look like and what needs to happen. So the first thing you're gonna see right away is the runaway train Bugha up top. 1 victory royale, leading the pack with 15 eliminations at 37 points, 8 points clear. But we talked about it a little bit yesterday and a lot during the qualifiers. What is a reasonable game to expect? We've seen a lot of the victory royales today actually coming from more passive players. They've been getting around 11 to 12 points apiece. We've been seeing high volume eliminations happening in the early and the mid game. But right now, looking at this board, Peter Pan sitting in 10th place right now is just off of the mark. He's 16 or 18 points off. With a reasonable game, he could challenge towards that. Let's take a look at the second page, because then from 10th to 20th, it is a 4-point difference. Mongrel, with a fantastic performance in the last game, pushes himself into contention, and this top 20 is the line where you will see an increase in that prize bonus. You want to be at minimum on this page when all is said and done. 2 matches are left. We have already seen world champions crowned in creative and duo. Who will be the ultimate victory royale and who will take home the title? We're gonna throw it back inside and see the final 2 matches. Lupo, Courage, let's take it home.
Thank you, Sundown. The standings so close, all for the coveted trophy that you see on your screen. The title of Fortnite World Champion. 15 million just for the solos competition. 3 million for first. With 2 more games left, who do you think comes out on top?
I would love to see the 13-year-old from the South America, King, show up big. I mean, he's put on a fantastic show thus far. You have to remember, just 1 slip up, 1 bad game, that's not enough to take you out of the lead. He very easily, a solid high Elin game, a top placement, doesn't even have to be a victory royale at this point. With how well he's played. He could make his way to the top with ease.
Can anyone catch Bugha at the top of our leaderboards? The lobby is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, the battle bus launches in 2, 1. Game 5 underway of the Fortnite World Cup Finals Solos competition. Can they catch Bugha? His lead remains from the incredible shockwave plays earlier. All 100 players in the biggest day of their entire lives fighting for their big share of the, well, $3 million first place spot, 15 million in total.
Last game saw him a last-minute clutch there. Took home a victory royale. We're going to watch his drop in here as well as everybody else near the top of this board. As we go into these later matches, folks, keep in mind we're going to try and keep an eye on those that are closest to contention for that world champion position. Very, very important to know that. Go to the board there, you see 4 of the 5 llamas in the very south edge of the map, starting at Salty, all the way down to the east of Happy Hamlet. one more all the way to the top middle. Those getting picked up early are very, very important. A baller for Psalm already at the beginning of the game. It's like he may have been the only one to drop up here. And are you kidding me? A jug, a proxy grenade launcher.
Looks like sure. He's only averaging 1 limb per match. You see, but he's in second place. So the value's so key for placement. Has placed in the top 18 of every match. So we played 4 games. That means he's gotten placement points in every single match so far, Dr. Lupo. It's a big reason why he finds himself in second place. To be that consistent in this lobby, absolutely insane.
Gotta break 25 to get those points.
Arkram, Rux, fighting out in Westworld, as people do call it, this desert town. Arkram has had a couple games where he's just basically got fried right off the start. Can he turn around right now? He was top 15 earlier. Doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Rux, who's gotten the better of him a few of these previous games, having it back on him for a moment as that airstrike did come down.
Don't count him out just yet, though. This drop, honestly, one of the loot heaviest in the game. You have a lot of materials as well. A player like this, he gets in a good position, maybe even takes out Rux, doesn't have to fight anybody else down here. He can climb his way out of here with ease. 9 grenades in Rux's inventory. If he could somehow bait Arkram into a bad spot and use those to his advantage, it could be the thing that swings the tide in this battle. Hasn't thrown the chug splashes. Yeah, I was going to say, wondering when he was going to begin to throw them, but there they are. Chug splash is down. 0 limbs still as you'd expect, as he's still looking around for where Arkram could be. Maybe the hope to save those. We didn't have to necessarily use them just yet. I think anticipation of combat before you know it, or at least the chance of it. Throw those down real quick. 40 HP shield. These two just kind of at a stalemate at the edge of the map, waiting to see if there's an opportunity to make a play. They are outside the safe zone quite a bit. At some point, the zip lines or even the quad that spawns here might be the key to getting all the way into the safe zone soon. Grenades going out, but beamed. Rux takes quite a bit of damage from Arkram, and aggression begins. The build up, and he's going to try and take the high ground. Shots from Rux, no contact just yet. Have to do some damage before you know it. Only 96 HP is not going to necessarily be enough against a player with accuracy like Arkram.
But he does have the combat shotgun, which is the ultimate tool that's in the game. Rux still at 96 health, has those grenades in his back pocket. Hasn't thrown any more yet. 15 builds still remaining. A very intense fight for these two. The shot comes through. Down to just 41 HP. Rux versus Arkram. Who can come out on top? Rux still with high ground. Arkram down below. Will he begin to throw these grenades? It doesn't appear so. Only 6 builds left. And remember, with only 2 games remaining in the competition today, this could spell disaster for their final performance. Arkram popping 1 shield. Definitely has a major health advantage, but still, height can make all the difference as he has the combat shotgun, but for now, he's back up.
I was anticipating if Rux had made a tag, he gotten damage on Arkram down at the bottom of that building, I would have expected a push, a 100%. Chance to pick up that the 50 HP or shield because of Siphon. No damage dealt there, so Rux decides to opt his way out. King, one of our high Elim players, 35 HP, gonna try and get that med kit off, but he can't quite. Time to fight it out. A little bit of a build battle and see who can take ownership of the walls. Building up and layering yet again.
Oh my goodness.
The shockwave. He's actually going for it. Are you kidding me? Lutinezi goes down, and King back up to 85 HP. What a play.
On the World Cup stage.
Yeah, the kid.
He just shockwaved to the sky and tried to hip fire hand cannon his opponent.
With 35 HP.
Are you kidding me? With 35 health? Talk about confidence. It's such an insane play that it catches the opponent off guard. Stompy trying to push on in. I believe this is Dubs on the other side of the wall. Stompy gets the wall, gets the elim. Down goes Dubs. And also in the elimination feed, Aqua, our FORTNITE world champion from yesterday, has eliminated Tfue.
Match 5 out of 6, 1 left. Those players, the 16 that have already been eliminated, they still have 1 game remaining. But our current leader on the standings, Bugha, down in Lucky Landing, gonna make a rotation away. Avoid any damage. At this point, gonna be the most important thing is getting ahead of the game here. As the storm is pressing on in, he's only against 1 other player down here in Lucky. So the opt to rotate out to the west towards the river, probably the best one in this situation. Doesn't want to get challenged. He's got a free rotation up now. Slip is right there. Without realizing it, too, he is relatively close to 2 llamas in the south edge of the map.
Wonderful spot, either of them, one on his left, one on his right. I doubt he will since he's going through the low ground, but Bugha, so far, man, 3 out of the 4 games, fantastic performances. He had one where he dropped off early. Remember, he, you know, was eliminated within the first 10 players in the game, but still keeping his lead because of how well he's performed in the other 3 games up to this point. Teak did show some aggression there for a moment, but decides, nope, I'm going to fall on back. Don't want to take this 1v1 out in the open. Would rather go continue to loot on up, earn more materials because, hey, 45 builds, you think, that's a lot, but not in any case in a competitive lobby like this. And, well, since he fell back, he's able to get himself a combat shotgun.
Good about that. Clicks in the feet, picking up an elimination on Nate. Down to 81 players remaining as this first circle starts to close. 52 seconds left before that happens.
And this first zone, very central on the map. No super drastic rotations need to come on through. Here's a replay from earlier on of how Aqua challenged and eliminated Tfue. Tfue goes for the slurp, Aqua gets the floor, and Tfue stands no chance, can't even fire a shot. And there's the frustration from Tfue, as he knows he has not had the day he's wanted. One of the biggest names in competitive Fortnite, one of the winningest players of all time, getting shut down here at the Fortnite World Cup Solo Final.
I would say it's definitely a different playing field than a lot of these players are used to, no matter where they hail from. Because it's the first time that we've had multiple regions from the entire world all play within the same lobby, the same setups. It's all on land here, so it's just a different scenario for everybody. Especially on top of that, if you have younger players that have never had lane experience, nerves could potentially play into it. But she pushes into the box, gets inside, and the elimination. Robams goes down here in Neo Tilted.
And I like that a lot from Lecce, right? Because he's got 200 HP. He's already done a lot of damage to his opponent. He also does 23 more white damage, HP damage to realize, wait, I have a major health advantage as Bugha begins to dance on the main stage. But he pushes on in, forces the play, and says, you know what, if you have a trap, I'm still going to survive through it. You're so little HP that I know I'll eliminate you, even if I take 150 damage to the trap. Bugha, I mean, I guess this is kind of the mindset he has right now. I'm in first. I've got Shadow Bombs, I've got a launch pad, I've got everything I need. Banny, if you want to play this game, bro, you can play this game. But Bugha dances, and his opponent says, no thank you. No dance battle for me today, I'll back on up.
It's enough to pressure him to rotate.
Imagine
away.
dancing and scaring away your opponent. That's when you know you're good at the game.
Whenever you dance, you scare me away too, Jack. Don't worry. 73 players remaining as Cease picks up an elimination. A reminder on the right side of your screen, the format for the day. Match 5 of 6. We have 10 points for a victory royale. You make it to top 5, it's only 7. You make it to top 15, that's 5. Top 25 is 3, and every elimination on the board is an additional point.
And also keep in mind,
ooh, a big 46. The white damage, a good signal for Bugha that player most likely won't challenge unless that's the only thing they have left. No pressure there. Is an opportunity to just rotate away cleanly.
Another thing to keep in mind, you see right there, 40% extra materials when farming. You also have a max count of 500 of each material type. So you cannot carry 1,000 wood or 999 wood, 999 brick, 999 metal. No, it's 500 of each material type. Players building inside this new structure, the corpse of the monster that glorious mech defeated to save the Fortnite island.
Hashtag teammate. Ooh, a solid hit there. Scalar gonna pressure from above, knowing that ramp was closing it off for just a second. Gonna try and take the wall to edit from above.
Why is he not throwing a stink?
Doesn't own it just yet. Very good question. At some point, that's gonna have to come out. Maybe pressure the player off of that campfire.
Shotguns. 4 shotguns in play right now in competitive Fortnite. Storm Surge did pop up but it went away almost instantly as this lobby has dropped a little bit quicker as things have gone on. People maybe getting more desperate, challenging more early game fights to see if they can get an advantage. Sam, who won our 4th game, using one of these big shields, and look at the inventory right now. Big shields, chug splashes, and I like that a lot. Sam at first decides, you know what, let me use this big shield, I'll get the full 50 health out of it. But because his opponent interrupts it, realizes, well, what's the lesser of 2 evils? That is popping 2 chug splashes, giving myself as much health as possible, and not playing greedy. I like that from Sam, a sign of a veteran player. You got to take what you can get, and that's a perfect example of it right there.
At this point, he's waiting to see if there's an opportunity to sneak a shot through on the surface inside that ramp. He doesn't own it. Every time he does a little bit of damage, he has an opportunity to replace it, and he does, in fact, take it. Push on through, get the wall, goes for the edit, but a big shot from the other side, down to 71. Those chug splashes coming in big. He might have to wait, though, that last one. Don't know if he'll have time to use it. Pressure from the player inside. Rotating down, immediately popping a hole out and getting in his baller. Opts to not take that fight, and probably a very good call, seeing as how he took a ton of damage on the inside before he had a chance to move away. 110 total now. The baller's full HP, though.
Here's Riverson. That legendary bolt sniper rifle. 175 total health to take a bit of damage right there. Often set up on the left side of your screen in a metal box, really no one can be challenging that. Fully built metal. It's just something that when you see it in competitive Fortnite with how little ammo you have, you're basically like, all right, I'm not bothering you. You're set up. I'm not bothering you. Just don't peek out and shoot at me, because it's almost impenetrable, it feels like, with how little time you have to shoot and how little ammo you wind up having in these games. Replay from earlier on. This is Smeeth in another one of these close box fights. Gets that ramp. Tries to challenge forward. Basically edited into the opponent's box. That's FUJ. And will get the combat shotgun. So a major upgrade from a common tactical shotgun up to a combat shotty. And I'm sure everyone that plays Fortnite knows just how good that is. But back over to Riverson, who's, well, rolling on through the river.
I just have to say, I'm a little surprised that he opted to take the bolt over Shadow Bomb. Looking at late game Fortnite, especially in competitive, oftentimes you see stacks of players on top of each other and no opportunity for a snipe. The Shadow Bomb is going to be a mobility he's not going to have. The baller's gone now.
Yeah.
Inside this box. I don't know why he didn't take the Shadow Jack.
To be honest, I think Riverson viewed that as, all right, I have this baller. I'm going to play around the baller being my, well, Shadow Bombs for this game. And that's not the case. That was what just happened was the worst thing that could have ever occurred for Riverson. His baller's gone. He's got no movement items left, and now he's stuck on this mountain in a box fight.
Just quick note, Epic Whale is currently in 6th position. Riverson in 4th, so this is a battle at the top of the leaderboard, stuck inside a box, back and forth. And Epic cannot quite find the target. Riverson picking up a big leaderboard elimination right there.
That is a moment where I think nerves gets you a little
100%.
bit. You mentioned top 6. He's thinking in the back of his head, if I have a good game here, we're moving into the $1 million prize pots. And instead, Riverson wins a fight that looked impossible to win and is now set up on top of a mountain with near max HP.
Real quick look back here, Plug, our current leader. Look at the shots through there. Little shakes the hands off a little bit, blow off some steam. As an arrow goes down inside. Very, very accurate player, Booga. See Bizzle, the top left of your screen, one of the more well-known players, like you said, one of the most consistent players, Jack, in all of Fortnite that we've ever seen. With the speed of the builds up here, we're gonna try and get a little bit of a higher view. Doesn't want to be stuck down too low in case there's players rotating. Maybe some shots on the baller soon. There's pressure being applied on others and ops into that fight as well.
And if you look at where Booga is right now, on your minimap, the closest player on the west side of that zone, safe, and everyone has to move right towards him. Also, 6 minis, near max builds, 4 shadow bombs, 2 launch pads, a shockwave. Booga knows what a fantastic position he's in. If he can make it to late game, he basically has guaranteed placement points.
Making his way through here. A little bit of the leftover collection. Have to do some picking up on the inside. Pretty lucky finds on the inside here. Quite a few materials. Flint knock. He's got to redeploy a ton of minis. Pretty optimal loadout for both mid-range, up close, depending on who's pushing him. Yep. Positional-wise, no launch pads,
but a slipstream.
No shadow bombs. He does have to slip, but as soon as he's away from that thing, flying, he can establish a base, but making a move after that's going to be tough. And he is getting attacked from literally every angle on the way in. Players from all sides taking shots. He's going to have to try and push his way through for an elimination, or get out of this area almost immediately. What a tough spot to be in. Shots from both sides. Puts the trap down in anticipation of somebody pushing in, and literally cannot keep the walls up enough.
And that's the downside of being one of the last players to rotate from outside the zone. Everyone who's set up, including Bugha, knows, hey, we just spray anyone. They've got to come this way. They're going to be floating right at us. If the whole lobby shoots at them, one of us is bound to get them. We're all going to get damage tags, and when the storm surge just popped up, everyone fiending for a little bit of damage to keep them above that threshold. Thankfully for the players in the lobby, only 2 more people need to drop before storm surge goes away, so don't think it'll come into play too much.
All I can imagine in a situation like that right now is from the Pro-Am, Tim the Tatman getting shot at from multiple sides. And,
yep.
It's just...
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny when...
You were one of them, I think.
Yeah, no, my teammate Sean eliminated him. Tim, we beat Tim the Tatman on land and outplaced him. As we take a look at players stacked up all on the west side of the zone. People at home don't know is that we were literally looking at Tim as we say that, which is makes it better. So, launch pad used by Bugha right away, and with 2 launch pads with all this other movement, he just needs to survive this movement. And guess what? This is a zone on the high ground. It's directly on this mountain, so for a pretty early on zone, it's going to get awkward right away. Bugha has made it in, but has taken a lot of damage. Will use some minis to get back up to 150. Has made it to the zone. Benji Fishy just below, who's currently top 13 in this game.
Player to G still has a little bit of a high ground advantage. Just going to look back at Bugha, who's trying to build his way up. See if he can spot anybody on the move. This position still very, very good. The edge of the next safe zone. 2 seconds until that pressure starts to apply, and a lot of players you see on the minimap have already started to rotate in. They're making their moves now, but shots from Bugha and many others as these players are flying in. Can use launch pads. There's shadow bombs used in situations like this, and no shield on that player. Bugha right now has a total of 16 elims today. King is in second with 15.
That's all it is. You just get set up in the zone, fire people who have to move from the storm. It's the common enemy. Every player in the lobby. Issa did just go down to class, and we also saw Vivid drop a couple moments ago, so nothing really from Vivid this game, unfortunately. Bugha 1 elim so far. Continue to look on down. Here's the perspective of a drop coming on in. Everyone's made it up on the mountain right now. Still some people on the edge. You see the likes of Cease still alive. Clicks, Zate, Creo, Cosmic, Skype, who earlier on took home a game of his own in game 2.
Quick note, by the way, Riversun, who we saw eliminate the 6th place position, has gone down himself in 4th. So he is out of this game. 44 players reversing your feet, going down to Dementos. And we are not even at placement position just yet. And we're looking at the 6th to 7th circle transition starting in 10 seconds. Everyone has to move. The people that have the best opportunity to take shots back, they're going to be able to pick up a lot of eliminations. Players are going to be on rotation. Things are about to get real tough for a lot of people.
The edit. So they just wait, hop the ball, and roll. Now, I don't think you can hold high ground from this early on. I mean, yes, high ground will be very good, but this is going to be a long rotation. You're going to want to make that happen. Black's is up top for the moment. Bugha, you see him soaring on over with the shockwave grenade. Setting up, always getting ahead of the zone as far as possible. Pika there as well.
Back behind him, going to take even more shots at players on rotation. Very smart plays. The shadow bomb, and he still has 3 more, so this rotation better be a good one. Got a chance to get ahead of a lot of people here.
I really do love this. He knows how close he is to placement points, and he's got such a lead right now that unless someone has a monster performance, if he just gets placement points, makes it to the top 25 again, with just 2 games left, that could be really all he needs to secure this FORTNITE World Championship. And he got the zone. The zone's going back his way, but Bugha goes to edit out, and there's a shotgun waiting for him. Down to under 50 HP, frantically trying to pop these minis. The spray coming coming on through. Can our leader hang on to placement points? Storm Surge activated on some of the remaining players. Booga peeks out again for a shot. Not gonna connect yet. 32 players left. Shadow Bomb being used. Can Booga make it to the top 25? 3 more points can be the difference between making it as our #1 player today or second place. Booga's still bouncing up. 30 players left. Just so frantically looking around for potential victim.
You'll notice as soon as they're box to box, right next to another player, players like Booga will opt to build straight up. One more, 26 remaining. If one more goes down, he's going to pick up placement points. Keep an eye on the feed just to see only one elimination remains. There it is, 25. So he's already into the placement points now. It's going to push him even higher on the leaderboard. Everybody left picks those points up too, but as we move, players starting to drop left and right. Sky still sitting on a baller, as well as Fatch, Pika with the ultimate high ground, and Booga right in the middle, right in the thick of it, looking on the outside. That's a very smart play. In that moment, you have a baller flying up. You don't want those players to hold on to those. Taking the shots to break it out, maybe force an engagement.
Only 8 builds.
15 now.
Out of builds, no movement items. Made it to top 15. For me, this is already a fantastic game for Booga. You've got placement points. Another elimination. How about a second? Booga, what are you doing? 2 elims come in. He's back up to near full HP, and he's in the top 10, and he's got all the materials he could ever need. Booga, how are you making this happen? From no mats and no movement. One player nearby. Booga at 3 elims, still ahead of this zone. He can absolutely win this game, Dr. Lupo. 2 away from more placement points.
Opts to drop the extra weapons in his inventory. A gold AR, the green pump, 6 minis, and a campfire. 42 builds remaining, and he's just looking. 5 players left. He is sitting in one of the best spots I think he could have possibly imagined. Creo picking up an elimination. He's sandwiched between Pika, Pisa's, Creo on the ultimate low ground. He's looking any chance to pop through when a player is not looking to get a shot in might be enough.
Still has mats, 1 player below. Booga just staying ahead of this. Has only taken 1 score tick so far. Player up top fighting, player down low fighting. Can Booga make the impossible happen? Dodges the trap as well. Taking a little bit of storm damage. Booga's got to make it on in. 1 build left, drops on in Booga. No! But either way,
it's all good.
He's done what he needs to do. He knows how important that game is. Now we're in our top 3. Pika up top. You're following him earlier on today. Pisus and Creo all the way down low.
0 builds in Pika's inventory.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough. He's going to have to drop in and go for a fight. Cannot connect. Pisus finds that elimination. Creo gets the final one, and game 5 goes to Creo.
I don't think he can believe it. I don't know if anyone caught it at home, but what he does right there is flint knocks the opponent, hits him for that body damage, and then shoots him into the zone. Great game for Creo right there, and you see repping his team. Ooh,
wow.
Watching on up in the end. Here it is, the
final game coming up.
A fully closed zone. Creo's got to build on up. You see, health advantage was to Pisus. Pisus would win that game, but a full damage flint knock connects and swings the tide in his favor. Here it is one more time. Boom! Right to the chest, sends him into the zone, and wins the game. From Creo as he takes game 5 of the Victory Royale, 10 points plus his eliminations.
Huge game there, Jack. We still have one more.
We do. We still have one more game here at the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Absolutely popped on. Is find 1 or 2 points and
there it is. 1 or 2? Are you kidding me?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Palm is still in second with 4 eliminations throughout the whole thing.
In first place, he is 1 game from $3 million. The most eliminations, tied for the most Victory Royales, by far the most points. Booga has put on a show and is nearing the title of Fortnite World Champion.
Here's a look at the remainder of your top 20 there. 17 points. That's what you need to break into the top 20, Jack. Yep. But even then, you're still 30 points away from first place.
You need a 20-plus elim game with a victory royale and 0 for Bugha. Good luck, have fun, but we do have Jordan Fisher on the floor, one of our members of that last game.
Playing health right there at the very end in such a high caliber game. Again, another stacked lobby right here at the end. Yo, hoping for some lucky health ticks in your favor, and that happened. Thank God for the best reaction for the wins so far today, in my opinion. Where's your headspace at going into this last game?
Right now, I'm on third. I just need to clutch up, make sure that I don't make any dumb plays. I just keep calm and keep how I've been playing.
Well, it's great work. Fantastic job. Great victory royale. Back up to you guys.
Great to hear from Creo right there as he takes game number 5, the nerves in those final moments. You saw the celebration. I think he even almost couldn't believe how it all ended on up. But victory royale, you know the difference between 21st and 20th is over $60,000. And a win like that, with how close the standings are, could make the difference between earning $50,000, which is still great, but $112,000, which is to follow. But we're not quite ready for Game 6 yet. We do have Balla over on Unreal Island with some analysis of Game 5.
I can't watch this, dude. His style is weak. Victory. Oh, I lost.
Before. Oh! All that Epic told us is think back. August 1st, 2019, the next season of Fortnite. Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is, Dr. Lupo?
CD in the third, I bet, is going nuts right now. Jack, Dusty Depot.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you guys excited for the next Fortnite season? August 1st, all will be revealed. And my God, I got the chills right now. That's the first time we saw that. They didn't show us anything.
It is.
Oh my goodness, you see how excited everyone is. And we are
go. He knows when he needs to hold off, when he needs to be safe for a second, and when he can go aggressive. You see him stall just for a minute there against Creo, who's pushing in to the top 3, and he is able to execute the game plan, come up with the victory royale, and keep pushing forward. Now again, you know, right now, he has 0 elims, able to pick up 1 right there, but he's chasing back into the storm. He's not looking to run forward, he's looking to catch them afterward. And same thing there, dropping down, picking up Kinzo, breaking the trap, and this one in particular, incredibly well done. With the infantry rifle, laying down the shots, able to pick that one up. And you know, the one thing I really like to see about Bugga afterward, every single time he hits those shots,
Oh my god, I hate that.
Shot for a mini, even just the 10 shield might be enough to save him from Arkham. We'll have to see here, pressure the stink. He's trying to find a top down and kind of lead the shots on what may or may not be a build out from Arkham. Right through it, Arkham dropping all the way down the campfire. And he's gonna drop that on one corner in an effort to push Arkham out of the box. Unbelievably, honestly, what a shot from Arkham, the bottom there. A quick edit on the ceiling, shot comes through.
Health very similar between the two. Slight advantage to Arkham right now.
Have to imagine that almost every 1v1 between these two has played out so complexly. If we're watching this right now, I guarantee you this is not the first time we've seen it. What a shot, a quick flip and edit on the ramp.
It's cat and mouse. It's literally cat and mouse in this fight.
This is one of the most insane 1v1s I think I've ever seen. 64 HP remaining. Bandy's gonna have to back all the way to the top. Maybe the campfire down. The second gets dropped in. Gonna have to wall against that. The ramp to save him. One chance for the minis. He's gonna wall off. Still back and forth between these two titans. The campfire goes down. As soon as that wall edit happens, the ramp inside just to prevent any push from the opponent. Arkham finding another angle might be the only option at this point. Campfire, though, is going to have dealt a lot of HP back to Baney. Shot through, can't quite connect. Here we go, pressure up top, and oh, gosh, dude, the pyramid block. Finally, the Storm deciding it's time to play the fight out, and Baney goes down.
Hey, great fight, though, man.
That was
went
insane.
That went on for a full 2 minutes. I love that we got to keep our eyes on that, but moving across the map now, it's Pika. We were complimenting so much on how easily he can move through these boxes in Mega Mall, how he can navigate these areas, and it looks like that same exact pattern is continuing. It's Flexi, who's at a major health disadvantage, but as I say that, does hit a quick little shotgun shot that I think will push Pika away for a moment or make him reassess what he's doing. Maybe a misclick. It looked like he didn't really mean to do that.
Actually, he's gonna have to try and take some sort of aggressive stance soon. A minute on this Storm before it closes, and he's not in the next safe zone. Rogue Shark on your feet, picking up an Elim. We're down to 68 players remaining. Outside of that 70 range before the Storm starts to tick on you.
Pika, no wall in place yet.
He's just trying every chance he can to take these walls. This is the speed of these players. This is some insane stuff. This is why they're here at the World Cup. Can't quite hit the shot. He did a reset, took the other corner out, just as the opponent inside takes a shot with the shotgun. Can't quite connect. Still going for these wall replaces. Big hit there, down to 16 HP.
And he's got no mats. He's got 2 total builds, so with the zone pushing as well, this looks like it's got to be a Shadow Bomb play. Pika is actually going to dive into the zone to make his path a little bit less predictable. Will take the long route. 10 health, he's got a launch pad. I'm going to tell you right now, Pika is not happy. Yeah, you see him kind of sigh right there. Uses both Shadow Bombs, uses all the materials he has. Literally can only build one wall, can't even box up for safety. Uses one of his launch pads too. Not a fun spot to be in for Pika. Look, still can't even build one box.
Does have the minis. He's got a campfire in case he wants to put it down. I think the fear at this point is if he puts that campfire down, it's like a signal flare for anybody around. This is the box to push. Meanwhile, Tfue, Dusty Divot flying across, landing near more opponent builds potentially. Back down, shots at the target he was right next to. He's in this box alone. You see in the mini-map a handful of players around Dusty Divot. Clicks, reverse, Bizzle you see in the top. Pretty far out there.
And Clicks is actually one of his trio partners. Previous trio cup that happened. They're fighting each other right now. Trying to make his way out of here. Still not in zone yet. Really used his launch pad. He did use his last shockwave, if you remember, as well. There is some loot nearby, but player challenging team is going to back up for a moment and rebox. Oh yeah, we got a fight here. Tfue, 1 versus 1. Is it Clicks? Not exactly sure why. It is Clicks on the other side of this wall. So Tfue versus Clicks. Veteran versus the up-and-comer. Tfue backing up for the moment. It looks like there's another player nearby as Clicks will just say, nope, don't need this anymore. We'll fly away. Karhu goes down in the elimination feed. Cease goes down in the elimination feed. 63 players left. No Storm Surge in this one yet.
Bugha picking up an elimination. His first of this match. Just another point between him and second place.
Yeah. Consistency so key, and Bugha has embodied that today. Only one bad game. The rest have been absolutely electric. Bugha's just sat up with the high ground in the zone, waiting patiently for this lobby to drop on down. Snazy now one box away from an opponent. Only 54 HP, needs to perfectly edit one of these walls and get a shot down range. You see his opponent not sitting still for any moment. He expects him to drop it, and that's exactly what happens. He's finding the patterns and how his opponent likes to play these box fights. But still with no healing and his opponent jumping back up, you gotta think some shields will be replenished and Snazy will be at even more of a health disadvantage.
To go for the reset on the floor.
No shields pop.
Go. Catches himself. He's going to hold the edit on this pyramid. He's looking for a chance to push Martine. If one arises, we'll have to see. Snazy's hope may be to catch him off guard. Here we go. Here's the Shadow Bomb. Going to rotate up and away. Use that redeploy and try and make his way into the safe zone. Only 54 HP. He's not quite safe yet, but now's the chance to look to the right. Get a couple shots. Player inside the box as he lands right next to him. The edit through, and Rogue Shark sets the trap and gets him. Tough play there. Clicks. Meanwhile, one elimination, 62 builds.
Oh yeah, he looks horrible.
So got 2 Shadow Bombs. See here, the very north edge. He's underneath the plateau of Dusty Divot. Reverse down there as well. Tfue on the edge. Astonish, Smeeth, Zate. So many players stacked up near each other. And oftentimes you do see players utilizing the already built structures. They're easy wall replaces. No surprise. Popped up next to him.
His inventory looks great, but he just doesn't have a lot of ammo.
Imagine he picks up 1 elim on someone who is could kind of fill those numbers up. It'd be a great spot for late game. 7 RPG, still very, very good. 69 total builds down to 60 now. 56 players remaining. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final game of the solo competition here at the Fortnite World Cup. It literally all comes down to this.
5 players will become millionaires right after this game. Tfue just picked up his 3rd elim. Still has a launch pad, some great loot on the player that they just took down. But he doesn't have the zone again. He does have 2 launch pads, and eventually he can use one of those. He wants to make sure he makes some of those placement points, and there it comes. Launch pad used. Will Tfue get beamed? Right, this is one of those moments where you're just thinking, Ben, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me. Looks like he'll make it on through one team.
Literally flying past the windows of opponents, going to land on top of the second structure. Somebody underneath. Start layering up. 86 builds. Still has another launch pad. Has a boogie just in case maybe a baller rolls past close enough. He can boogie the player directly out of it. Try and pick up that elim, jump in the baller and roll away. Even in a clutch situation, the boogie bomb can give you an opportunity for a free shotgun shot on someone that may be unsuspecting. The loadout here, look at this. 2 campfires, 10 redeploys, 2 shockwaves, 6 minis, but no medium ammo, Jack.
A crazy note with Bugha. When the Fortnite World Cup qualifiers started, Bugha qualified in week 1 in NA in 1st place. From the moment Fortnite World Cup started, he finished atop the North America region. And now in another spot again where it can happen, and he's just dancing up top. He knows really this is his to take unless someone has legitimately the best performance ever in the history of a Fortnite competitive game. Bugha should be our Fortnite World Champion. Tfue and Benji Fishy fighting on the bottom right of your screen. Sam, who's trying to contest and take that throw. And this was the replay. Did get his first elim of this game, and you see the fist bump right there. That was Clicks who gets cut down.
At this point, 51 players remaining. This lobby is going to get very, very tight. Going into this match, Psalm was 2 points ahead of third place, but 15 points behind first.
Talk about a lead as we've just now hit our top 50 in this game. Arkram goes down. Solve one elimination. Can he close the gap? If you think about it right now, he's still 15 behind, Ben. Booga's still in this game. What he needs right now, Booga to go down, and he needs 5 more limbs and a victory royale, but no! No! Sam gets caught off guard. It's Zayt, and as that happens, Booga gets a limb. The pieces are falling into place, and Booga's about to call checkmate.
Tfue on your screen here. 3 eliminations. Still has the launch pad, sitting on a pretty similar loadout. Not a lot has changed as he's waiting, biding his time, looking for eliminations up above the rest, though. Booga
hasn't had to move in 5 minutes.
Nope.
He's had height. He hasn't had to move in 5 minutes. He's sitting so pretty. Here's that a limb that we missed when Sam got taken out. And
are you kidding? Look at him laugh. Look at him absolutely laugh. Quick one tap on Storm on the move.
It's a gift. Is it his birthday? That's about as free as it gets.
Booga might be the luckiest player with zone placement I think we've ever seen in a competitive Fortnite match. Sitting atop his tower, a castle of metal, unthreatened.
And he built it with metal earlier, and he just kind of hoped it would work out this way, and it did. He's been sat here for so long. It basically sums up the leaderboard. This is the leaderboard in the game itself. Booga on top, nobody nearby, no threats, nothing. Now with the zone moving, everyone soaring, and this is where it picks up quick, folks. The final moments of the Fortnite World Cup. We're watching Booga. Oh, please. Imagine.
Picking up a pair in the feed there. Fledermoys and Dubs both go down. Gonna be 2 very good eliminations there. 38 players remaining. Top 25 is when placement starts to come in, and Booga is looking for shots on everybody flying around. Still has that high ground advantage. Peasus and others looking to try and contest it. Benji Fishy moving up as well.
Yo, what's up, Too Goated?
Low ground Tfue making his way across.
How you doing, homie?
A lot of damage coming in. Only 1 minute in the inventory and 15 builds remaining. A tough spot for Tfue.
He's so close to placement, but can he survive? King with elimination.
Player count continuing to drop. Fizzle, Takamura, Zayt picking up multiple eliminations. 30 players remaining. 29. To get closer and closer. Benji Fishy goes down. Tfue eliminated in the box. Kurtz picks that one up.
That will end Tfue's Fortnite World Cup. Zayt drops off high ground for the moment. Booga's still alive in this game at the bottom right of your screen. Still a max HP. He's made it in the
Booga
top
won.
5. At this point, it's basically a victory lap. Yeah, he's getting beamed out of the sky, but he doesn't care. He'll drop on in, pop some minis. King on the top right at 6 limbs. The guy's an absolute brawler. The 13-year-old should be so proud of how he played today. Lol Boom up top, Crew, the double qualified player as well.
Picking up another elimination. Takamura goes down.
No, it's cool, homie.
Top 20.
Family is the most important thing, yo. I just hope you had fun and enjoyed yourself.
Crew with 4 limbs atop our leaderboard right now. As most limbs of who's still alive. Booga there as well. Has all the ammo in the world, not a lot of materials. Let's see how he weasels his way out of this one.
Ball Boom, the ultimate high ground. T-Chef going for a challenge up top. Does in fact take it over. Meanwhile, Booga, box fight for his life. A little back and forth here. He's waiting to see if this player rotates out.
Awesome. Dang, Booga is killing it.
He's got near max material. He's gonna trap the ball. Oh, the ball escapes. The absolute seeds right now. Booga still moving through, and at this point, it's a sign of respect. We've got to watch this man continue to dominate. A statement is being made. Dr. Lupo at the end of this game, he'll most likely be crowned the best Fortnite player in the world.
I've never seen anybody play in a competitive Fortnite match with a smile on his face like this kid right now, but he is absolutely dominating every single player.
Yeah, he's really, really good.
Shot here, quick couple of edits, rotating back away, pressure from above, and he's immediately going to wall that off.
And he's actually not too aggressive. He just plays smart and gets kills when it's like there. Like, he really hasn't contested anybody. He builds up in circle and then basically fires at people that have to come in.
Since today started, there's all the remaining players running low on material. 4 limbs in this game. Spock set up for a moment. Pyramid comes through. Booga still alive. Shots going down. Can't connect with that one. One build left. The final moments of FORTNITE World Cup.
Oh my gosh.
Bow down.
Surprise.
Bow down to Booga.
Doesn't even matter. 4 players, 3 players remaining. It's a fight out for the victory royale in Game 6
2
of
left.
1v1. Crew still in it. T-Chubb as well, back and forth. And it might come down to a heel-off. T-Chubb dropping down those campfires. We'll see here. Crew following it all the way in, and T-Chubb goes down. Crew with a victory royale.
Crew with 7 eliminations and the victory royale. The monster performance at the end of it. That could have just secured him hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even over $1 million by just that game right there with how he does. But ladies and gentlemen, there's no way anyone beats him. Your FORTNITE World Champion, Booga! $3 million richer, the biggest individual prize victory in competitive gaming history. Millions watching online, and folks, he didn't narrowly win. He absolutely took the best FORTNITE lobby in history and taught him a darn lesson.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your FORTNITE World Champion solo winner.
There's his family looking on. Hey, get double chicken. Get the extra meat, do the whole thing. He's buying, I'm gonna tell you right now. And there's the dance. I don't know what that is, but that's, I'm gonna bet his dad if he's got moves like that. And that's what it's all about. Booga hasn't moved, as we'll probably need security to get him to leave this arena. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up again for Booga, your new FORTNITE World Champion.
That's crazy.
We have cast in almost every single major FORTNITE event up to this point, Dr. Lupo. I have never, ever seen a performance come close to that. So far and away, the winner that literally, them backstage didn't even have to calculate it. It was done.
Immediate. Normally, folks, we do have to wait a minute or two, and they need to triple check. They went right to it. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Insane.
Out of the gate. The trophy presentation, by the way, is coming up very, very soon. But Jack, Booga from Game 1, a 19-point victory royale to start the entire thing.
Palms won. Palms. He only got 6 kills throughout the whole thing. Palms got $1.8 million, and he only had 6 kills. That is crazy.
Who beats out Epic Whale by 1 point to earn $1.8 million.
1.8 million. That's, I played just like the top 3 dude. Not like Booga. If I get my eliminations up, I'll be in that same category. That's crazy. Mongol did horrible. Dubs did horrible. Clicks sucks.
But as always, congratulations to everyone who made it this far out of the biggest stage.
Yeah, Palms only had 6 kills throughout the whole thing. He only got placement points really, and he got 1 victory. But he got that victory with 1 kill. Which is crazy that he won $1.8 million with only 6 eliminations.
I got you covered, fellas. What an incredible ending that was. Welcome to the winner's circle. Your FORTNITE World Champion, Booga!
Everybody thinks Mongrel is good, but I'm just like I've been trying to tell everybody. getting a lot of kills does not make you a good player. It almost makes you a bad player because it makes you like makes you not intelligent. You got to get smart kills. If you have the kills to get, then that's good. But you getting 20 bombs every game, it's like it's not practical. Just like Tfue. Tfue gets some mad kills, but he does horrible in competition.
I won't lie, I have a tear in my eye for you, bro. Congratulations. I'm just going to ask the most generic question in the world. How do you feel right now?
Words can't even explain it right now. I'm just so happy. Everything I've done, the grind, it's all paid off, and it's just insane.
So the last game I noticed you changed it up a little bit. You decided to change your drop spot. At what point in that game did you know that you locked it up?
Well, pretty much. I got to center.
I would agree. Clicks is like, he gets a lot of kills though.
I don't know. Yeah.
I just think he's not smart.
Family here today. They're right there.
Cause that's what I do. I watch people's streams, and he'll have like one good game out of 20 games.
And finally, you know what? I don't even think we need to say anything else. Give it up one more time. Your champion of the world, Booga!
But I'm 100% right about how to play Fortnite.
Let's get the whole team out here. Let's get everybody. I want everyone in this stadium one more time. Put your hands together for this young man. He just made history. History. $3 million in prizing. The greatest Fortnite player in the world, hands down. There is not even a question. And for all of us here in Arthur Ashe Stadium, we want to thank you all so much for joining us on this incredible journey. This has been the Fortnite World Cup Finals. This has been not only our event, not only his event, but
oh my god, that dude needs to take that outfit off.
Thank you so much for tuning in. And
who is dressing him? One of the dudes looks like he's like going to school for the first time and his mom dressed him. Those dudes look mad sad.
100 players, the battle bus is loaded. It is time. Shots coming in. No elimination yet for the first game victory royale. Oh my gosh.
By that storm, someone's going to be above him.
He's too good.
An elimination onto Skype. He's still holding position. Dubs has the high ground, but he gets in front of him. And Dubs gets a victory royale. King wants to jump into your box.
King's the perfect example of why you don't care about kills. Mongrel sucks. Like, look at the look on his face. To look like that, you better get first place every match you play. Second place winner. See, that was the game. He won 1 kill to get the victory. 6 kills in the whole thing. $1.8 million. Yo, 50th place got $50,000. 60th place got $50,000. All you gotta do is just make it to the World Cup and you getting paid. But winning the World Cup does not make you cool.